Welcome back to WeRaceDiecast. Today we have groups 3 and 4 of batch 1. 6-car racing, top 4 cars move on to round 2. Full list of rules in the description. Today's event is sponsored by Merch by Meekin. They provide quality custom metal signs and 3D printed stands in various shapes and sizes. Exclusive to this tournament, Meekin is offering 20% off on your first order for series participants and 10% off for regular viewers. Link in the description, and let's jump right into the action. First up is Group 3, kicking it off with MF Doom from Mac Racing in the Mercedes-Benz. Next up is Pooter from Golden Now Tattoos in the Ford Focus. Mr. Dark from Dubious Diecast in the Audacious. Mr. Dark will also be featured in our upcoming Contender series, so look out for that. Then we got Kit Cam from Gen X Vintage Diecast in a Subaru. Uncle Buster from Rowdy Parrot Racing in a Volkswagen Golf. Lastly is Leafer 12 from Transport Diecast Racing in the Honda Civic. TDR also has another team member racing tonight in Group 4. Let's see how Leafer fares in this stacked group. MF Doom and Pooter will get the front row start in race 1. Mr. Dark and Kit in row 2. Leafer and Buster in row 3. Pooter gets a strong start but spins out. Kit tries going inside on MF Doom but can't do it. Mr. Dark tries going under Kit. Doom blocks and is close for second place. Kit and MF Doom real tight at the finish line. Kit tries on the high side around MF Doom and it leaves a gap for Mr. Dark. Doom tries to block and Kit able to finally get on the side and get around. Nearly had the pass in turn 2, but a little patience pays off in the end. Pooter with 7 picks up the win in the early lead in points. Pooter and Kit, leaders in points, will get the front row start. MF Doom slides back with Buster, Mr. Dark, and Leafer in the back. Pooter and Kit stay up front. Nice side-by-side battle for third. Here comes Buster looking to make a move. He spins Kit. Doesn't look like he gets around. Risky move, but Kit able to hold him off. MF Doom slides in at 4th. Mr. Dark and Leafer in the back. Pooter gets another win and starting to pull away from the rest of the field in points. Everyone's still in it with 4 to go. Also, keep in mind cars rotate counterclockwise each lap, so everyone will get their chance up front. Race 3, Kit on the pole, Buster on his side. Pooter slides back with Leafer, Doom and Mr. Dark in the back. Kit jumps out front, real tight between 2nd and 4th behind him. Buster able to break away, and Mr. Dark slides by 2 cars into 3rd. Buster spins, and Mr. Dark gets around. Something happened to Kit, and the 13 takes it for the win. Woo! MF Doom on his roof up top will get a DNF. Doom gets on the wall and flips. But Mr. Dark, who started in 6th, able to pick off the field one by one and get the win. Not only very impressive, but the first time that has happened here at Clutch. Mr. Dark making history tonight in that number 13. Race 4, Buster and Leafer up front. Kit and Mr. Dark in row 2. Pooter and MF Doom in row 3. Nice battle for the lead. Leafer able to get out front. Buster sideways and creates some traffic. Kit goes on the inside and able to take advantage. Leafer picks up the win, followed by Kit, Buster, Pooter, Mr. Dark, and Doom. Leafer definitely needed that win. Now competitive to get into the top 4 and move on. Doom in trouble. Will have to make something happen with 2 to go. Pooter and Kit up top with comfortable leads are likely safe. Leafer and Mr. Dark up front, Buster and Doom in row 2, Kit and Pooter in the back. Leafer and Mr. Dark lead them out. MF Doom also passes Buster for 3rd. No changes in positions down the track. Leafer will win a 2nd race, Mr. Dark in 2nd, Doom in 3rd. A little contact with the wall is enough to slow Buster down and give Doom the chance to get around. Despite the pass, Doom is 7 points back on 4th place. He'll need both Mr. Dark and Leafer to DNF in race 6. Very unlikely. Buster back 4 points. Starts in the back row for race 6 will need a little luck as well if he wants to move on. One more to go. Mr. Dark gets the pole for race 6. MF Doom needs a win and for Dark and Leafer to DNF. Buster in the back, also fingers crossed for those DNFs. Here we go. Doom able to get out front. Pooter giving Mr. Dark a run but can't get by. Mr. Dark right on Doom's tail and Doom will pick up the win. Not the DNF Doom was hoping for, but Kit on his roof in turn 2. Buster gets inside on Kit, who just didn't have the speed and flips. Not a game changer though, Kit does move on. Pooter went in the group and Mr. Dark and Leafer will join them as well. Nice runs by MF Doom and Buster, but the end of the road for them. Don't forget to check out merch by Meekin. Pick you up a sign for your track, support small businesses and the diecast community, and let's get ready for Group 4. Alright, Group 4. We got Delvis Jenkins Jr., a Commotion Diecast Audacious, ready to put in some work. DJ from WeRaceDiecast in a Mercedes-Benz, that's a Shiloh Thomas team member build. Gilroy from Arlo Racing in the Volkswagen Golf. Oliver James from Transport Diecast Racing in the Subaru. Oliver James is also another Contender Series driver. If you're not sure what Contender Series is, keep an eye out, more details coming soon. Next up is Sam Hall from DRT 3K in the Ford Focus. Last up is DD from Big Al's Customs in the CRX. Last week we saw Big Al's Customs team member The Fields make it through to round 2. Can DD make it through as well? Delvis and DJ will start us out up front. Gilroy and Oliver in row 2. Sam Hall and DD in row 3. Delvis wins the race through turn 1, and DJ is loose in front of the rest of the pack. DJ able to recover. Both Oliver and DD get around Gilroy. Delvis picks up the win, DJ in 2nd, Oliver and DD in 3rd and 4th, Gilroy and Sam Hall 5th and 6th. Oliver and DD able to take advantage and move up a few spots because of the slowdown caused by DJ. Gilroy taking the biggest hit, losing out in a few points, but we got 5 more to go, no one is out of it just yet. DJ and Oliver up front, Delvis and DD in row 2, Gilroy and Sam Hall in row 3. DJ sideways once again, recovers thanks to DD who passes Oliver for 2nd. DJ will take it all the way, followed by DD, Oliver, Sam Hall. Gilroy and Delvis real close for 5th. Gilroy actually gets around and will beat him to the line. 2nd race in a row that a car is spun sideways on the 2nd straight. When that happens, it really shakes things up, giving the back drivers the chance to move up. Sam Hall benefiting by getting around Gilroy and almost around Delvis. Sam does get around Delvis in turn 5, and Gilroy finishing the job on the bottom straight. Despite that last place finish, Delvis is tied for 2nd, DJ with a comfortable lead. Gilroy and Sam Hall find themselves in an early hole. 4 more to go. Race 3. Oliver and DD get the front row, followed by DJ and Sam Hall, then Delvis and Gilroy in the back. 3 for 3, Oliver sideways, and DJ able to hold on to 2nd as they single file through turn 4. DD takes a look. And Oliver will take it all the way. DJ in 2nd, DD and Sam Hall 3rd and 4th, Delvis and Gilroy 5th and 6th. DD probably could have passed DJ if Oliver didn't get sideways. Oliver sideways in turn 5, slowing DD down once again. In either case, Gilroy and Sam Hall need to get something going. Good news is they will start to rotate to the front for the final 3 races. Sam Hall will get his chance up front with DD, Oliver and Gilroy in row 2, DJ and Delvis in row 3. Finally get a run without a front car spinning sideways. Sam tries going inside on DD but can't do it. DD starts to pull away, but gets loose out of turn 6. Sam slides sideways, and Oliver rocks Sam, but he straightens out. Gilroy comes charging in, but they finish as they should, despite a little chaos there at the end. And we got a double DNF for DJ and Delvis. Gilroy, who was in 4th, actually gets loose, slowing down DJ and Delvis, who grind to a halt in turn 2. That DNF sends Delvis down to 5th place, and Sam Hall moves into 4th. Top 3 with a little buffer, while the bottom 3 close enough will likely battle for that 4th position. 2 races to go. Sam Hall and Gilroy in the front row, DD and Delvis in row 2, Oliver and DJ in row 3. Sam bursts out front and will lead them off, DD close behind. DD spins out once again on the final straight, full 360 this time and able to recover, Sam with the win. Looking at the points, DD and Oliver James officially safe and have clinched their second round spots. Bottom 2 not looking good, back 6 points on 4th place. Just like Group 3, they're in need of a win and a DNF. One more to go. Final race of the night, and wouldn't you know it, the front 2, Gilroy and Delvis, in need of a win. Row 2 is Sam Hall and DJ, DD and Oliver in row 3. Gilroy out front and Sam following right behind, Delvis slipping back a few positions. Gilroy slows down and Sam gets around. DD in the final straight, able to get around Gilroy as well. Gilroy falls back to 3rd, followed by Delvis, DJ, and Oliver. Looks like Gilroy snags the mountain a bit and gives Sam Hall the room to move by. The pain doesn't stop as the hungry DD able to take advantage of Gilroy as well. Even with the win, it wouldn't have been enough to move into 4th, but hell of a show and run by Gilroy and Delvis. Moving on to round 2 will be DD, Sam Hall, Oliver James, and DJ. That wraps up tonight's show. Check out the final 2 6-car groups for batch 1 before we move on to round 2. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.